Well, build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shortbangers. This is your your brand new extra midweek episode. Should go out on a Tuesday, I think, but you might not listen to it Tuesday. You might listen to it any day. Colin, how's it going?
Good, mate. Aye, good. I hope maybe heard what I said when you started recording there.
I didn't hear what you said.
Good, just as well.
Right, going back to some old questions, because people send in questions that I sometimes forget to read out, or we run out of time. More to the point, it's not so much that we forget them, but I just forget to go back to them. Right, so 17th of January, Colin. Lex Loafer, I was asked a question. Subject is doorways. Hold on, need to set the timer. Make him when the episode's up. Doorways. Why do people suddenly stop and block the entrance / exit when leaving shops? I tend to just barge into the cunts.
Oh, that's one that's on my list. It's on my list. Even just in shops and stopping in an aisle, like, or have a chat with somebody. I get that. Like, I've had a chat with somebody in a supermarket before, but I didn't stand in the middle of the aisle, and they stand in the middle of it with the trolleys at fucking angles. Where
come out the way.
Go and stand at the end of the aisle, or stand next to against the fridge or whatever the fuck it is you are. Go and just stand at the fucking road. Just frustrates the life out of me.
Aye, it's annoying. It's like folks having the concept at other people, and they just go.
Selfish. A lot of selfish people.
It's worse now with phones, because folks get like they didn't watch where they're gone for a start, but they also like something will catch their attention and they just go fucking stop. When you're like fucking move. Yeah. Good question. Like, so good to start off on a wee rant, innit? Like,
do like it.
I wish I'd read that back in January.
So could have enraged us in January. The mood we would have been in at that time of the year. Fucking January, middle is dark all the time. Christmas is finished. It's shit.
Aye. Yep. Right. Guinness 2022. Shortbangers. Time travel to the future is actual factual. Space-time is part of Einstein's relativity. Time ticks slower between a move-in versus stationary object. A return trip to the nearest star at the speed of light would see the astronauts age about 8 years, but arrive home 150,000 years later.
Interesting, eh? He's got some fucking amazing stuff tonight. Is he the one that was asking about the fucking gravity and the mountain and that as well?
Aye. There's so I think I think I could work out how that works. Right? If you travelled at the speed of light, to the nearest star, you travel like a huge distance. I don't know. I think I know how it works. Right? I was trying to figure it out in my head how that worked, but I remember I gave reference to my old man. Right, this is something to do with this. He told me one time it was a similar thing that if you had two twins and one went into space and one didn't, when the one that went into space came back, they would be younger than the one who stayed on Earth, which is effectively what's saying there. Like you would be 8 years, but you're 150,000 years later. I think how it works.
That's nonsense. Do you know?
I don't know. So
how do you get younger by going somewhere else?
So you're not younger; you're just aging at a different rate.
How?
I can. I don't know. How could that work?
Not having it. Unless somebody can tell me how. Like send in the reason that not having it. They believe it. Prove it.
Prove it. Right. There's the challenge. Right. And
no the maths. Because I didn't understand that either.
Prove it. Right, we'll ask John later, or replacement John. Guinness 2022 also said, imagine a Shortbangers 12 Rules for Life is the Christmas 2023 bestseller. Rule number 1, HP sauce goes in the fridge after opened. We should look at some Christmas stuff for maybe like a Christmas rule book would be...
There's been a couple of things Spoke have mentioned there before, and that obviously was topical at the time in January when he's maybe sitting having a shite and thinking, could there be a wee book in here that I could read while I have a shit?
Aye. Right, same person. Guinness 2022. Schrodinger's Shortbangers is the topic. A few weeks ago, a lot of weeks ago now, because we've been in space. Uh,
Then aged younger.
20 minutes ago. The Bangers poo-pooed a self-help guru who champions personal responsibility. It's Mr. Peterson again. This week, the Bangers now advocate personal responsibility. Is this an example of Schrodinger's Shortbangers?
It might be, but I totally am on board with personal responsibility. But
Yeah.
is that all Jordan Peterson stands for then?
No.
No. That'll be why
It's
I
when
put on then.
that goes back to what I was saying. Is like some of the stuff you'll agree with, and some of it you'll go, I think that's reasonable.
Did Jordan Peterson come up with personal responsibility? Like,
No.
did he make it up? No.
No.
But why is he getting the credit for it then?
I don't know. He just advocates. He champions it.
No.
But that, aye. Right. Next question.
Interesting.
Charlie McGrew thinks he made that. He says, do you have to, or hold on, this is a reply to something, so I need to find the original tweet's been fucking deleted. Right, sorry, we took too long on that one. The opportunity is gone. Sorry, Charlie. St. Christopher, this is topic is Eskimos or Inuits. Right, Eskimos stroke Inuits supposedly have 50 words for snow. Is there anything other than our genitals that we have so many names for? Also, why they have so many names? Can we not settle on a name as we do for arms, etc.? On a similar note, are Eskimo kisses a real thing? So let's start with the last point. Eskimo kisses, it's with they rub their noses in it. So the idea being that if they kiss with their mouths, the saliva would freeze and they would be stuck. I think that's. I think, but I think your nose must have a runny nose though, because it's cold.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not got a lower freezing temperature.
Yeah, or it's just stuck. It's solid like a block of ice in your nose. Can't
be brilliant. Can you do that thing like the footballers? You one nostril.
Like a bullet.
Like a fucking whack. I just see if you can ring the doorbell for a distance, but
I didn't know Eskimos were called Inuits as well. Like, what's that?
So I think Eskimo is now like a not a derogatory term, but I think it's not.
Is it?
I think it is no longer an acceptable term. I could be wrong there, right? So I'll plead ignorance here, but I think Inuits is the preferred name for them rather than Eskimos.
I didn't know that. And that's a wee bit like, because I don't think in Australia they really say Aborigine anymore. They say the Indigenous. Is that right?
Yeah.
Indigenous people instead. I don't know if Aborigine is a term, must be like, have some kind of connotations to it or something. I don't know what they are like, but because I'm sure they say that a lot more.
Here we go, right. So I asked John Mark II, is it okay to call an Eskimo an Eskimo? It says the term Eskimo is considered by many indigenous people in the Arctic regions to be offensive, as it was historically used as a derogatory term by non-native people. The preferred term varies by region and cultural group, but many people prefer to use the specific names of the indigenous groups, such as Inuit, Yupik, or Inupiat. Inupiat? I can't even pronounce that right, depending on the group and the preferred name. So there you go. Don't call them Eskimos.
Yeah.
That was one of the David Brent songs in The Life on the Road. Did you listen to that album?
Aye. Definitely listen to that.
Don't make fun of the disabled.
The one, the Equality Street, I think was probably the video. Have you watched the video for it?
Aye.
The video is amazing.
He's got his suit on and everything else.
Is it Dr. What was the guy's name? The rapper, the guy.
Brown, is it?
Doc Brown. Aye, that's him. Yeah, he was good as well. Like, it was such a good video. But you know what? I don't know when that came out. Like that must be 2010, 2015, something like that.
Something like that. 2015, probably closer to that time, I think.
Even in that 10 years, say, since that came out, let me Google it. Life on the Road, it was called,
Mm-hmm.
Even since that came out, I think some of the stuff now, he'd probably be up for cancellation.
Aye. He seems to get away with the whole cancellation thing, though. I think
it's just because he goes, fuck it, I don't care. 2016.
2016, they just leave him alone. Shatus Frickus, if that is Prickus, changed his name. Shatus Frickus, that threw me there for a wee second. Teeth is the topic. He says, if your teeth grew like your finger and toenails grew, how long would it take the top set to grow against the bottom set until your jaw snapped apart? Like actually, like if you're listening to this and not watching, what Colin just did there is he was processing this one, is sort of gritted
Imagining
his
it.
teeth. Imagine you can see that you must be like a visual person, Colin. Try to
I'm,
picture it.
I'm just sitting how far it would have to go.
Do you think they would start going out the way, wouldn't they? Like,
Mm. I've never grown my nails that long to see how they go. Like how long till they sort of start curling in and themselves
uh,
in it.
but like if you're like if your jaw would either have to extend or they would have to come out because otherwise you're just going to be in like incredible pain.
So it'd probably just bend naturally. The body would do that. Eh?
You'd have to go and get them filed down or something, eh?
Mm.
I
Aye.
don't like that. That would be a
Because you
horrible thing.
couldn't. I know, but aye. You ever chipped a tooth or anything?
Mhm.
Fucking. I've done it. Oh, definitely once. I remember twice I've done it, but the first time I've done it, every time I breathed in, like the nerve must have been exposed or something.
Aye.
Oh, but then I couldn't stop myself doing it again.
Aye.
It's like
It's a funny thing, eh?
fucking horrible. Like fucking stop.
Charlie McGrew thinks he made that up. God awful choices is the topic. Would you rather play a frame of snooker with Jim Davidson or sing Simply the Best with James Corden and Carpool Karaoke?
I'm not a big singer, really. So
So you go with the snooker.
I'd maybe go for the snooker. Aye. And my dad's a Jim Davidson fan, so if I could get a wee selfie with him, then
An autograph. Mind we used to play snooker there, go down to JP's at Jock's Lodge. I was telling Josh, we put the snooker on the TV the other day, and Josh, can you ever watch the snooker? Nah. You ever played it? Nah. It's fucking
I know,
hard.
but
Snooker's
it
hard.
is hard, really hard. I tell you what else, I know it is, and I was going to say something else is hard. Like I'm no bad at badminton and squash, right? Tried
Uh-huh.
tennis once. Fuck me. Like that's hard compared to them, like to actually control the ball. Anyway, snooker. I got the most of my snooker watched during exam leave when we went to school. That was and like that's what I'm watching now. My daughter's studying, and I'm thinking, snooker's on it. What are you doing?
Put the book down.
That was when
He's on for
I
100
clocked up
break.
hours. Clocked up the hours on the snooker.
It's funny, right? I didn't find snooker as good to watch now as when we were wee. It used to be like I used to quite like to sit down and you watch it for hours.
Fuck else, isn't it?
But now you think, God, fucking. And I kind of like folk talk about personalities and that, but there's only a limited amount your personality is going to come through when you're playing snooker. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no.
So none to do with that.
It's quite relaxing though to watch. It's like I can get in the mood for it and sit and watch it. Like get in the mood, not get in the mood, but I can be in the mood to watch it.
Aye. I'd probably fall asleep now. I think we talked about that,
cricket. Aye, I would fall asleep definitely, but that's quite relaxing to me. Like, so I'll watch it and just.
It's a bit as relaxing as it gets, isn't it? Sleep.
But I could sit and watch the cricket. I like the cricket as well, so just a relaxing sport that you can just relax while you watch. Can you know an edge like the football or something where you're like fucking do something, or rugby even. Can like cricket, it's just like don't go with a paper to the cricket. You can sit with the times it.
Fucking pint. Right, Tom Wallace. We're in February now, Colin. Right, pilot or lorry driver? If both jobs paid the same, would you rather be a lorry driver or an airplane pilot?
Where's my? Are we assuming that you're like a pilot to good places, or are you just up to
wherever you want? Aye, go wherever you want.
So I'm thinking the lorry. I suppose I quite like driving. I like driving, so I'm thinking the lorry is interesting to me, but I feel that, and this is going to sound mad when I'm going to pick the pilot one, but I feel that driving a lorry, they're such a big machine. It's quite a, like if you go a wee bit too fast, you're turning a bend, you think that's quite a lot to lose control of.
Yeah.
Because I think a plane would be easier, but just.
Planes are much lighter. Planes are much lighter than lorries.
I know, but you can't know, and that's where. But I still think it's easier because once you take it off, you just stick it on autopilot.
Aye, well that's true to do. But what puts me off the plane? Because my initial thought with that was that I would prefer to fly, right? Just I like planes. I'm quite fascinated by them. Sadly, it's quite like a sad
thing. Shouldn't work, eh? Shouldn't
Correct.
really work.
That's it. I mean, you see them, like, I like going, when we drive into Edinburgh, you go past Crammond, and you always get the planes coming over. Look at that, like a plane coming in land, look at that. And it's...
amazing things,
Aye, it is good. But that wee guy that I was telling you about, that it describes everything that's happened in the planes where he was telling about the pilot that gets sucked out and that.
Mhm.
He, for Concorde, it explained there was a Concorde crash. It blew
Is
up.
that the way they stopped using them?
Aye. So what he explained what the pilots had to do before that, right? And they had to calculate. It's the pilot's job to do it. Calculate based on the fuel that they needed for the journey, how much they needed to take off, the weight of the luggage and the passengers. They had to do all these mad calculations to work out how fast they needed to go to take off, and things like that. And then how, like, what they would need to get down to be able to land. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot of fucking responsibility. Ken, like, imagine folks' lives rely on your ability to do maths. Like, because I would like either forget to carry a 2 or not take something into consideration. Do you know? But like, can I get halfway going along the runway?
But they seem some sort of thing though. Like you go to Mallorca, you've got 300 folk on the plane. 20 kilograms each. Fucking same as last time.
It's no though, which is weird because they'll make decisions like they want to do it like quicker than they maybe got scheduled. They want to drive. They want to fly faster. So they have to figure out, like, to do that, what do we need to do? Do we need less fuel? Is it more fuel?
And that's a pilot's job.
Aye, pilot.
Because the lorry driver just needs to go around and like check the tyres and that.
Pop into Esso every now and again, fill up. Aye. So there's that. But Ken, what puts me off being a lorry driver? This is another thing. So I'm probably erring back to the pilot bit. Lorry drivers are delivering stuff, and I mean, when I worked at McDonald's, when they delivered all the stuff, and you had to help the driver get all the big crates off the back of the lorry. It's just a bollock. That it's just in pishy weather and all the rest of it, just moving big fucking heavy crates about, pressing the wee button to get the lift down, dragging it off of that, waiting for some cunt to go and empty it so you can put it all back away again. Although, as we know from Mike, there is the opportunity to murder prostitutes.
Yeah, that's right. And he sees that as a perk.
Aye, one of the perks. So it swings and roundabouts. I don't know. I've not heard of pilots, but you know what demographic they murder, other than
but they
passengers.
The next day, and they get away with it. There's like all these unexplained deaths in all these countries.
Probably is pilots. They've got the best getaway.
Aye, I'm catching them.
That's our detective agency starting up now, Colin. We'll catch the real criminals here. These pilots, I think they get away with it. It was like jurisdiction up here.
I watched the programme last year on Sky. It was the flight attendant, and there was an element of that in it. Like there was no serial killer in it or anything like that, but there was a death, and like just fucking fly away the next day. So you're out of the jurisdiction on that. Just like so you think
TTFN. I'm going with pilot, right? I'm settling on my answer. I would be pilot, not for the ability to murder folk. I just think it'd be. I would also make the noise. Yeah, when you go into the banking at the corners and that. I would do that occasionally. Like I might, if it's on autopilot, I might do the arm movements as well. Occasionally, we've got turbulence. We'll just get the steering wheel a wee shake. It's turbulence.
Do you think they've got a horn on a plane? Like, give it the wave to other planes, give it like the bus drivers do.
I bet. Flash the lights. Fucking, they should put horns on planes. Can you imagine like getting a bird of fright? Maybe fucking birds shit themselves. That's why geese didn't fly in V's anywhere. Like they weren't a V, it's a W because they fucking shat themselves at an aeroplane horn. Right. Tom Wallace again. Morning rolls stroke energy crisis is the topic. Should bakers charge more for well-fired rolls? And after all, they've been in the oven longer.
Aye, would folk pay more for them though? Because I think what they probably do is, like my mum likes. I didn't mind a well-fired roll. My mum likes them, but I quite like it with a lot of butter on it. That would be about what would have on it. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't go and buy one. Like I would have one if I'm at my ma's. She often buys them. I think they just take the average and go right. We're cooking fucking 1,000 rolls, 30p each. So whereas your ones that are less well fired or normal, if you want to call it that, they should usually be 25p. The well fired maybe 35p because they've been in longer. That's your 10. That's your extra time in the oven, and they just charge the 30p for everything. I think that's probably how it works. Alan can probably confirm if he's working. If he's fucking got to shop open again, like, because obviously I tell you the last time I've been in the shop.
So I like a morning roll. I didn't like the floury ones. Like I reckon who likes them?
No, I didn't mind them.
I
wouldn't buy them, but I quite like them and I have them.
See, they just annoy me. I don't like getting my hands dirty with food. Like they're funny with that kind of thing, right? But
you eat McDonald's and you fucking eat it with your hands.
Do
you get a knife fork for your McDonald's?
No. By the way, there's a question about that, but we'll not get to the night. Louise she eats a Big Mac with a knife and fork. I think that was the crux that she does that, or she deconstructs it. I can't remember, right, because I was working when the tweet came through.
That's mad.
Because but we'll answer that next week, right, if I remember. But if I'm eating a McDonald's, like chicken wings and that, I have wipes or handy because I just didn't like it. I'll eat it with my hands, like no bother, but I don't like having. Anyway, floury rolls, just a fucking mess.
Sticky fingers.
It goes everywhere, doesn't it? And you're having to brush it off your fucking jumper and just like a nice newsagent morning roll, bit of bacon, bit of butter, fucking lovely, right? That's the dream.
Not a newsagent one, a baker's one. Newsagent one.
The newsagent ones in here are superb.
Good. Well, they probably got a good baker.
They probably do. They can get it. Sometimes, like I wouldn't get rolls. The Rose and Greg's are shite. The ones at Tesco's, even for the bakery, they are all right at best. Stevens ones are decent, but the newsagents, the ones they get. Anyway, right, we're out of time.
Good.
Yes, been a long night. Right, thanks for sending in the questions. We were back in February, so hopefully you've heard your question answered now. If not, stay tuned over the coming weeks because we will get to them. If you want to subscribe, you can just subscribe to Shortbangers. Go to our Twitter account, click on the wee link in the profile, and you can sign up £2 a month just to get Shortbangers if you didn't want to listen to us talking about Hibs. Right, Colin, thanks for your time, and we'll catch you later on.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee.